It's in your home. It's at your job. It's on your way to your job. You might even drive by it. There's even in the institution you got your education in. It's structural engineering.
Structural engineering is a field of engineering dealing with analysis and design of structures that support or resist load. Structural engineering is usually considered a specialty within civil engineering, but it can also be studied on its own. In building big cities like New York or a small town like West Haven, structural engineering has lots to do with it. Structures, whether they are tall buildings or simply a traffic signal post, has to be designed to perform safely for the expected load on them. There are many man-made wonders in the world, and one of them is Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa is a skyscraper in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and is the tallest man-made structure in the world. Burj Khalifa was designed to be the centerpiece of a large-scale, mixed-use development that would include 30,000 homes, 9 hotels, 3 hectares of parkland, and 19 residential towers, the Dubai Mall, and 12 hectares of man-made Burj Khalifa Lake. The complexity of modern structures often requires a great deal of creativity from the engineer in order to ensure the structures support and resist the loads they are subjected to.
Structural engineers have to analyze all components of any governmental, architectural, or commercial proposals. They have to optimize all components to meet the working load of the structure, plus any other possible forces that will act upon it. These additional forces that need to be taken into consideration are known as safety factors. Most building codes have a minimum safety factor that must be met at all times. At this stage, all requirements by law and by proposal are taken into consideration. After all the components have been analyzed and optimized, the final design of the proposal starts. The final design will then implement the best optimized structure that satisfied all the building codes and most proposal requirements, if not all. Structural engineers are solely responsible for the calculations, tests, optimization, and designs, as stated by the American Society of Civil Engineers.
Structural engineers are certified by different regulatory bodies across the globe. They can also be members of different societies across the globe. Depending on the jurisdiction they're applying under, their accreditation of their school they attended, and the degree that they received, they can be a civil engineer, a structural engineer, or both. Structural engineers are found in government agencies, state agencies, private firms, and military corps. The profession itself expands around the world, in which structural engineers' work are found. From buildings, bridges, waterways, and infrastructures, to train cars, aircraft carriers, cruise liners, passenger aircraft, the space shuttle, and the International Space Station, the work of a structural engineer are found. And these engineers have a profound impact on society. This commercial has been brought to you by the Connecticut Society of Civil Engineers, a section of the American Society of Civil Engineers, a better world by design.